When you're nowhere near a gate and need to get over a barbed wire fence to go after some hogs, how do you do it? Well, if I'm starting from the truck, I get out a couple of these folding step stools, put one on each side of the fence, and then I step right over. It's a nice, safe way to get over the fence. I don't get tangled up in the barbed wire, and I don't get in trouble trying to climb the fence, which is what I did, going after these hogs. Carpe sus. Neighbor to the north of this property said he had a hog problem. Said most of his hogs were coming from the property to the south. This is one of the properties that I hunt. So I checked into it. Sure enough, there were some hogs coming in. Now it's been raining the past few days. This field is saturated. The hogs are walking through mud. In some areas, the water is still running on top of the ground. At this point, it's really dark. And I'm just trying not to slosh through the water that's on the ground and making my approach towards these hogs, which I can see quite well with my IR Hunter Mark III thermal scope. There's quite a few of them. And I'm trying to figure out which target that I want to shoot first, keeping in mind that my trek back to the truck involves hauling these hogs uphill back to the fence so that I can pull them off the property. Now I freeze framed this image. I turned off the camera and moved it, set up again, and the shot's going to happen real quickly here. 2 hogs go down with that first shot. I track on a third hog, but it takes off too far to the north and I don't want to shoot in that direction. And my second hog that went down is up again and moving, having troubles, falls down. I eviscerate it with the second shot. Look for other targets. Not seeing any. And the second hog is up again. I missed with the third shot. He's moving slow. And he goes down right there. The first hog that went down was a 90-pound boar with a shot to its head, actually entering behind the left eye and exiting out on the opposite side. The second hog was a 35-pound female with 3 hits, the first one entering the shoulder here, the second shot eviscerating her, and the third shot exiting through the neck. Given the muddy conditions of the field, I'm happy these hogs weren't any bigger than they were. A little while later, and about 5 miles to the south, I spied this hog in one of my fields. And then I spent the next hour and a half going after it and its compatriots that had now moved onto the neighbor's property. They seemed to be working their way, headed back to the property that I could hunt, and so I thought I would just wait them out. Now I've sped up the video to get through some of the slow parts, watching this small sounder. At this point, they are only about 60 yards from the fence line. Unfortunately, the cattle are behind them. But it's just a matter of time before they pass the cattle and they're in my field. And so I'm thinking I have a shot at this point. The only problem is the winds have changed direction. Whereas they were blowing at me earlier on, they're now blowing towards the hogs.
Pigs are now downwind of me.
And it only takes about a minute before the hog on the right hand side takes notice. Watch what happens right here. That hog alerts, tells the next hog, and together they run and tell the other hogs, and that ends my hunt.
Optics provided by Third Coast Thermal.
Carpe sus, my friends.